everyone. Coming up here on the Pro Wrestling Show, is this the AEW Dynamite ring? Let's get to the rundown. What's going on tonight? Willow Nightingale won the TBS Championship last week. Willow makes her celebration tonight. Willow Nightingale celebrating her title win. You're going to see it coming up here. Willow celebrating her title win coming up. Also, too, we hear from the great wrestling, the voice of wrestling, Jim Ross, returns to AEW to commentate alongside Tony Schiavone and Excalibur. We'll hear from Jim Ross coming up here. Jim Ross, one of the great all-time announcers, all-time from the Attitude Era and beyond. We'll get to Jim Ross coming up. Good old JR. Also, too, the main event, Swerve Strickland teams up with Hangman Page, this unfound new alliance, taking on the ops of Hook and Powerhouse Hobbs. We get the Pro Wrestling Show started right here, right now. Hello, everyone. Welcome to this edition to the AEW Dynamite Ring Report. I'm your host, as always, Kendra Dix here. Glad you can join us in the AEW Dynamite Ring Report. Join in the conversation using the hashtag Pro Wrestling. On Connect, and don't forget to subscribe. Subscribe is caring. Tell a friend, call a friend, hit that subscribe button so you won't miss a thing. All right, we get to this right here. We get to the first match of the night. It was John Mox and Shelton Benjamin. Shelton Benjamin taking on John Moxley 1-on-1. Number one contenders match. Shelton couldn't get the job done, but Shelton Benjamin tried his best. It just wasn't enough for Shelton. Shelton came along with MVP. He came on out there to give Shelton a helping hand. But it just wasn't enough for MVP for Shelton. Shelton Benjamin lost to who? Shelton Benjamin lost to Mox. Mox gave him the victory. Mox won the victory tonight, and Mox doing what he do best, being Mox. Speaking of that, another match that we want to talk about this too was Andrade and returning. Andrade returning after that long way hold up WWE. Andrade's back, and Andrade now part of AEW. Andrade said he's tired of being held up. So now Andrade's kind of not tied down whatsoever. So Andrade came out of nowhere and attacked the Young Bucks and gave the Young Bucks their receipts. And then the Young Bucks was in action tonight. Young Bucks did so tonight. It just wasn't enough for the Bucks and the Bucks. One that won with Jungle Boy Jack Perry won their match. Just that's what Don Callis' family struck down everybody in sight and did so tonight. And by doing so, they kind of making enemies for life by doing what they normally like to do, cleaning house. I can say that right now. Andrade kind of came back at the right time to help his fellow brothers in the Don Callis family getting some revenge. As we saw. Well, we go to this right here. Jake Something. He's part of the Don Callis family. Jake Something, who was part of the TNA roster, now part of the AEW roster, now an added member to Don Callis' family. And he didn't waste no time whatsoever. He went after everybody and saying Jake Something attacked the Young Bucks and left the Young Bucks laying as he did. So Jake Something making his own comment return as well. Well, we go to this right here. Willow Nightingale wins the TBS Women's Championship Monet to dethrone her as the longest reigning TBS champion. It looks like Willow Nightingale came out there looking happy, energetic, as always. Willow Nightingale did a celebration in the ring. They always do a celebration with a ring with some cake, and always leave disastrous for something. Well, Mercedes Monet came out there in a white, looked like she was kind of mourning, but she wasn't wearing black. She was just wearing white. She was mourning to the fact that she tried to attack Willow and her friends from the women's champion Chris Stanley. Just she got toppled down with some cake in her face, and the cake was toppled down. And Mercedes having cake in her face and eating it too. I guess like they say, let them have cake and eat it. Mercedes Monet being embarrassed. She didn't see that one coming. Mercedes Monet getting the upper, didn't get the upper hand tonight. She got embarrassed by the women's tag team champions and the women's champion as well. Speaking of the tag team champion, the women's champion, they better watch themselves for this. The sisters of sin or whatever they like to call themselves. They saying they're coming for those titles, and they're gonna find a way to win those titles. So Ramos, Willow, Christian Lana, and Harley Quinn, I'll be watching my back. Well, speaking of that, Brody King, Brody King was uh, out there as well. Brody King was out there. Also, too, Orange Cassidy might have some new girlfriends. Krista, like Mika and Tony Storm. Maybe I'm trying to get Orange Cassidy. Maybe trying to what Tony Storm and them. But hey, see how that went down and stuff. So hey, let's see. Also, too, you see this right here. Darby Allen, like he's trying to get into the side of the head of Pac. Darby Allen and Pac may not see eye to eye. Um, you could see Darby and Pac um, having something going on between them. They don't like each other, and I think that'll be the next feud between them. It'll be the next natural feud as well. So could see that coming away. So hey, who knows? Darby Allin and Pac. Well, Bandino was in action. Bandino won his match tonight. Bandino looking forward to what's to come for him. He'll be challenging MJF for the World Championship, and that'll happen next week on Maximum Carnage. MJF defend the World Championship first title defense since winning the AEW title against Bandito. Bandito won the Ring Honor Ring Championship, the AEW Ring Championship. Now, these two men will meet next week. MJF was trying to humiliate and embarrass Bandito with a spokesman, but Bandito wasn't having it. Bandito let MJF know that he's nothing to be messed with. So Bandito trying to send a cold, clear message as well to MJF. Well, we go here. You see that the the Death Riders were keeping away to see how they was gonna go. We'll see as well. So we'll see. Also, too, Mark Briscoe, TNT champion, saying he wants to meet all comers. Mark Briscoe trying to do what he need to do as well. So you see Mark Briscoe trying to get himself together. I can say that right now. Well, we go to right here next week on Dynamite. Kenny Omega will appear. Kenny Omega returns. We don't know what's going to be on the cleaner's mind. We're looking forward to seeing what Kenny Omega is going to do going forward. Also, too, we see this a tag team match. Swerve Strickland and Hangman Page. Unlikely allies teaming together against the ops of Hook and Powerhouse Hobbs. What a match that was to be in the wrestler and stuff. We saw it tonight, and we see that Hook Hook could well. Say this. Swerve Strickland and Hangman Page won their match, but Swerve did it. Hangman did it by see it coming. I think Hook kind of wished that he went, you know, went like we said. It's on fire. I tell you that right now. Fire. Saw it. Fire. 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 You saw it. I want to show you again. Okay. You see how that went down as well. Okay. Body my Hangman Page and let Swerve and Heyman win the match. So Swerve and Heyman merge victorious tonight in the lights out tag team match to end Dynamite. All right. We know next week will be Maximum Carnage. As Ken Omega will appear. Ken Omega will appear. What would Ken Omega say? He targeted MJF. Will he be trying to get in line for a future shot at MJF for the World Championship? Only time will tell. Speaking of MJF will defend the world title against Bandino. Bandino won the Dynamite Diamond Ring for this opportunity. MJF still holds the gold as world champion, and could be MJF knocking some sense into who to keep his championship. So we said we'll see whenever that might be. All right, we're gonna leave you with Hangman Page and Swerve emerge victorious in the middle of the ring against Vaya. But we'll see how it's gonna go. All right. Thank you all for watching this edition of Pro Wrestling Show. I've been your host, Ken Dixon. So long. You're seeing Cowboy Bob Orton and Randy Orton's dad give the assist to their boys at WrestleMania. So we'll see. Thank you all for watching this edition of Pro Wrestling Show. I've been your host, Ken Dixon. So long. We'll see you next week for another edition of Pro Wrestling Show.